First of all, eating come out our channel so age politics avenue. Political stories are trending because making headlines in Jembre. Now it be exomo or any demoni on black sims and the AD can so much subscribe to the channel. His notification when so share now for France answer into and can be show no say what me I answer Eddie Amami. Unia Ěxpǒsě be so ever a year CocoBod so ye a whole any Jemra it be exum. Unia Ura Randy Abbey a buy I bet to a no be axe fuma a year Ivan J innocent Ajembe no omiki Ěxpǒsě be a famwa and so ya penny need to be a good baby who be a wabboan na dear a Mr. J innocent a kenyan except a binder down a channel or more J a year Bosia say or more able to me a supply a year 400,000 metric tons of cocoa beans. Meno kasei anko by sikano edi omakoje enti meno kasei eno akoye some kind of HSB ewo CocoBod unia enye asem koto akra na Ivan Chemensa Ajemre abra oboy nchimwa at this point in time Mr. Accept yonko insiminum ni yemfe seni insimna kasa isibi etie she no swam say aksay GH politics abel
Obano na kwabrane akwakwa Jessica say obe supply cocoa. There was a backlog of about 400,000 metric tons of cocoa yentimian supply enti nipa na yakono ho ayakwakwa Jessica mo no mo ye fancy buyer model financing what the car so you have to pay.
Okay.
Pay cocoa be yatoro the last time CocoBod catch us say wato cocoa akakra 580,000. 580,000 emu 400,000 so duko tuyaka
until the over Tobiano I was so duko tuyaka
na last ka na wo de meka o mention to cocoa afiri hobi ma bra last year wo de meka
baby fasa brabetis aka no
and the CocoBod cocoa motor na fi nyina no dodo na ekotua previous way price na ye de man no say price ye de wo na twa to ho and because kantino omo two price ni say who that cocoa they were selling that around $2,000 thereabout. And the way swat by Ukrano, a new price, and do fad uto cocoa this year. If you turn 3,000 metric tons, can now turn last year, what the cat? Abura, a man for a bogu no. And then today, these jokers are in the villages trying to sell propaganda to your fancy cocoa farmer. Now, let's go. Where then what Blemuno? Call by Iron Abatanaso. A forensic audit must start.
That's right.
And can these criminals are facing prosecution and can no crown comunya be. You want to CocoBod wasem. But if you don't, and then you give them that energy, and the part of Motina CocoBod from Safi for Nisa, go and look at how he was promoted.
That's right.
Not besides if unmerited that promotion when you did a shop period because no, yeah, my FM, time no straight to CocoBod. So yeah, then.
Office of the winner saying like
CocoBod contract every near tamaya yerene manum and we destroyed virtually the place. The same people today our energy on radio so and media people are engaging them and they are not even asking them the critical questions.
Sadly.
So you ask the person say wo kono na CocoBod say na city here financing model no say na city here because you say am no ka say CocoBod and yes na no John Mahama propose say or the guaranteed source of funding I be locally based financing model cocoa your friends say bond or they buy because say CocoBod no kwan be no be first obenya sika no an say yakọ me here cocoa be sika kwato bre me enti Ghana ye goro boy in terms of this cocoa buying. Oh yes, ye goro boys because be that sika amayen and I turn e de kwakoma no yes obi sika no de amayen because you don't have any sustained financing model Alaska and I'm saying ye goro boy you know what promise you grow for cocoa price so what call your friend is saying world market now or no he's looking at the price there. That's not right. Price at what promise you cocoa farmers and this challenge MPP for this saying so Cote d'Ivoire is different from your friends Ghana. Cote d'Ivoire is looking at the way I'm betting on cocoa no so because Ghana so
that's right and
again nobody is buying turn what turn price be na wo dey kwa turn abonte because price not drop every day it is going down. What turn waboka.
Now they have even told the cocoa farmers they say store cocoa no.
Yes, at the right time.
Some J a buying price in the send a world market bar.
Yes, and cocoa no part of the young no madi. Alaska. So it's a challenge, and this challenge way you are guilty because my culture said there has been a systemic failure on our part. What was I say cocoa over the years? I didn't tell you to mean for cocoa and processing at the value. Now you're so good bottom the quabruchiri. And Tinipano or not on or Casamin pa then abaye on the determined price amount. By any animal no move here the day. Makacha said the level of intellectual dishonesty on the part of these people is so shocking to the stand. Say, we'll go back to 2022-2023. Latter part of June, Alaska. Cocoa at the world market could drew $12,000, somewhere $10,000, somewhere $13,000 because there is disparity in terms of the market price. Then as a forum, million your friends $1,000 per metric tons. You can metric tons. Your friends I can't ton. 16 bags. Your friends say cocoa 16 bags and a year ton.
That's right.
So price from cocoa nya cocoa farmer at the time. Sikani you channel 2,500. Akufo do be ko na nso na lepeja bom Mahama buy no so de be kan okoye at the time a cocoa at the world price and a cocoa farmer could have been paid 70 million and John Mahama na NDC for can it was true because Alaska at that time no na cocoa no otonwa bag no and as a ton no na omotono $13,000 to $12,000 na dollar 17 cedis na 16 cedis at the time o calculate abo Nebusa was na nkase na nkombeto no at the time no na sika ye de ma farmer no na less than 30% of FOB price.
That's a chemu 3 or no for 2.
Na say aburu kra quarter.
Onu no on bia cocoa.
Yes. Na ye de sika no di nsem ene ma as a farmer nsaka ban na wo twam no say yamma cocoa farmer fertilizer na se for no nyina no on betena ho ewie na fertilizer na ye ton wo DC dem na gu ne garage. Samiaman a car Ghana boho and Alaska go and pick the Auditor General's report. Na CocoBod section. Na he sika yadi ye your friend is monitoring and evaluation. Kwabrania satade or cocoa inspection. Over millions of Ghana cedis.
Serious administrative cost.
Yes. And I yashino. And na omuba cost na CocoBod na ya overstaff no pa.
That's right.
As a CocoBod. Okoha nipa mugono duno na nya adwuma. When you said that CocoBod is overstaffed, almost 100,000 workers across board. Company na obokano, but no staff strength esun. Ndu okwana na mwana akofie.
At the end of the month.
Yasu fidie obana be you obey the because aban no buy no, and na all lay a man for off. And that's what they've done. So these jokers you hear today, moving from village to village, inciting farmers, this is what they did. And I dare say John Mahama buy what take a certain decision and na kwemu na any reasonable justification then you have every cause to blame him.
That's right.
But the thing is that isn't it a fact at the worst stage price that's what it.
That's right.
No, we've had the conversation say CocoBod at the car. So the question is should government continue to maintain the old permit? My catcher said the last time I told you, mayor, because of the political backlash in India, I'll maintain the price. But the price is also say, once you decide to maintain the price, it means CocoBod na order kamuno will continue to be say over there come.
Exactly.
CocoBod will never come out of the debt. No, yeah, CocoBod books can never be clean. Now what time eda kwa Jessica o baby. Again, CocoBod cannot take any undertaking because you need to present books are you good to be able to convince a banker or whoever for money. And that is another option. And again, yakasa you maintain that particular price in Alaska. Now you say a price in Cote d'Ivoire for there.
Oh, that's right.
So what it means is Cote d'Ivoire from when you challenge in Kenya or best for cocoa in Yaba Ghana. Now the same no say cocoa egu Ghana how can you cocoa kitwa? I'm for the aba.
That's right.
Because so we regional sections now, some of the places I think they part like Volta regional cocoa in the season you can get about 70,000 your friend is saying your metric tons na se for but Alaska o pass ya kohona kwa check ubenya over 300,000 metric tons of your friend saying cocoa na be say cocoa dey free fan eba So these are some of the things that you need to calculate and make sure say price rationalization must be done for a long term survival of the CocoBod. Then there is the most important aspect of this whole CocoBod debate. Utie radio I want it, utie debate be I want it. Among for more kasa ubia meka ho asem the subsequent reforms aba. See, when John Mahama came 2016 and the power sector had challenges, he made it quite clear that he was going to solve it. And this CocoBod financing model, I've always been against the syndicated loan. Because at the Yenimians, I had a Biana in Yamiama Coco, Yakojabosia, near Babatoria, Kutiaka. Let us find a way and Casabit financing idea. Or by or say that particular challenges are going to address it once and for all. So when Ghana Nina didn't seek a bandia Dakoto Coco through the CocoBond. So instead of Kenofoyata Kwabuchi, Eco for 2 bond mabro for bato. Now we are by a coupon on a so say local banks in a use and amount for Mudo Musica to purchase that CocoBond. Now Sasikana buy a boa no in CD, not in dollar. So there is nothing like depreciation. Now Mubaji and not price in this and you have to pay in dollar. No, that problem is gone. And the government is coming to mop up Sasikano in the system, no? Now on your Coco. And your bar, the Ghanaian farmer will become a beneficiary.
That's right.
The Ghanaian now doing the Sikabo buying Bosiano through the bond, will also become a beneficiary. So CocoBod today is going to have a sustained, your friends say, means of buying cocoa without going externally, without being a goro boy, which is currently what we are doing. Now you mean a sustained financing model. Henceforth, CocoBod, ebeye ne niema ye. And we a farmer, and what is our you should be happy. Because over the years, from Kwame Nkrumah Mmerasubesi Kwame Nkrumah koya mo dan ma ye fa enema foi me bedi sika foi CocoBod enye hunto ne da. That's always been an entity ye dey use to finance a whole lot of silly stuff. And if we are going to get that particular financing your fancy model is sustainable, I think that is. And again, Alaska, one key thing over the years, yabu ye gusuno kwanya political parties and say government FASO SCC equia for in terms of how much they should be paid. John Mahama say henceforth what he's coming to do is or the legislation parliament.
Okay.
And the mra say aban bia beba bia sa wona wo ye hwan cocoa farmer no, you cannot pay the person less than 70% of the FOB price going forward.
That is the world price.
Yes.
World market price.
Yes.
Okay.
So say that's a world market price of cocoa per ton. $100,000. The cocoa farmer is entitled to not less than $70,000.
Okay.
In Alaska, this is the conversation that must be drummed home for people to understand. Say the current challenge, Sankaya buying our cross current challenges, and I'll be for cocoa I will never come and sit here and defend the OP.
That's right.
But the fact is, the problem will be a free bar, and it's not just Ghana, it is happening in Cote d'Ivoire. But the only mistake a CocoBod the beer mechanic say, on buy on baby one or tina, your father, Bonena Crufona Yanosono. Oh, sorry, I think I was out to be and take you serious, or be and few. And it's the reason why they are struggling telling their story. And in telling their story, the most essential and the crucial part of the story that must be told in bold and plain language for the farmer to get assured, say, the subsequent days ahead, days, the cocoa farmer, the future is secured, anchored on transparency, and government is ready to ensure that they will partner them to achieve the broader way. Alaska, enti say I assured say you bet yauka not less than 70% of the FOB price. What in ye?
So it is all about education.
So why not you want to also co-educated?
The CocoBod, the CocoBod. So must we say some people are sleeping on the job?
Oh, Alaska, it might be too early to say that. You see, my culture say there be a better culture say modern governance. And ya bosom na nkrofo bi kwahye dem omba na omoni ayeko omono mo omakohia bosom nti omono nim omono munim dia kwaso odamu nti ushi omono Alaska omo se den we yesa wa na wutu amana modern governance. Whatever you go into the room to see, make sure you project it for the people to see.
Okay.
Modern governance is a sort of a collaborative effort. The people play much a bigger role than whoever. What as a CEO, as a president, as whoever. Because at the end of the day, nipa na ubu omu interest. Almost sorry, will become irrelevant.
Exactly.
So you must always keep the people in the know. Let them know what is happening. And the question is, sir, into now cabinet initiative no buy or moka say omo be forensic audit means no this thing is long overdue because I have sat on this platform and have said it say these entities ECG your friend is saying CocoBod your friend is saying Minipai scholarship secretariat and all other places should have been done long ago. You put the criminals on notice so that people will know what they've done. You tell the cocoa farmers that this is the state these people left the cocoa sector in. You tell them the actual stories and the fact is procurement was a Christmas biscuit and yes, procurement. Alaska. Sir jute your friend saying
jute
sacks na the bag cocoa
bottle.
Kwabrania project said this year way Alaska. Cocoa metimi a producer or kwaji huska aye ebia 50,000 your friends say 50,000 metric tons of cocoa bag and then as for a project over the bar and this cocoa sa extra bag and all the better na mama and all the better na papa
na omo the bar port no sukura na omo clear
no na say na make say ye chene say Stetina o come fish apa o kwa obito bonus the fi oba na we yashon sem ebinu no procurement no egu bag na ye che
bona biscuit
enti wa come fish apa bia no kwa na waje o de o ya kora de man no wani age sa na no mo cheche no procurement no juice sack o beje o juice and they made sure they paid everybody.
That's right.
So the thing came up a lot. NDC buyer not somewhere locked up him. Your friend is saying port still not somewhere in the offing coming. Yata in essence of our 7 years ahead there.
10 years.
Yes, Abambia baby I won't talk jute sack. In the Alaska obidi some class somewhere. Me ma me nkwache na me papa na nkwache no. And I mean say una kan ho asema na say me ma me na mesin ko kan ho asema.
And the former CEO no and ne ba.
Yes.
MP. Now they are everywhere.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
I will conclude, mommy.
So Alaska, I think part of this thing is self-inflicted.
Okay.
Come my catch as I made the kind of politics I may no. Famanya menes answer mununu nyebi. Politics is you could do a sort of them and the bemanyame. But when we are doing politics, you know, actions have consequences. Evil men must be paid with evil, no. You treat them the same way they treated the people.
That's right.
Because Akufo-Addo and his people demonstrated clearly, said they have no respect for the people of this country. They were ready to mess up. Anything a CocoBod see when it me ko fa ne ba ne ba ne nam. Nanka ba ne say obi ne ba CocoBod so there. E busu japa there. And then the bar is involved in the CocoBod discussion and as for nyina
That's right. What to omo agum.
Yes. And today omo the cocoa discussion across board.
Me papa ya de 95 buafo nam ha.
Yes.
Abrante ni nam ha.
Yes.
No say ni papa ya de. But during their primaries, amafo chirao the kind of sika.
Na sikampo. Fertilizer na se for ya motor bro na se for no CocoBod the japade na ya chicha ma amamfo.
Right.
Alaska, and you see some of these things sometimes it is not just about the policy direction and as a form, it is also been about radical and going after the very criminals. One yes I know the day you blame yourself.
Me that say that was
my temperature was low now the oh Alaska my main cassette I've been following keenly the course of CocoBod, and I think say enya politics na sabi cheaper and kanya hana yewo. And one thing that I observe when say politics na no full of intellectuals who are very dishonest. Yes, and a media space in so munkrofo do na muyafunu no. Because Alaska in a public debate where the conversation is riddled with fact, there is no room for opinion. Yeah, have a conversation. Not a conversation, you know, I ready with factor. You can only state your opinion beyond the fact. After what stated fact in a way, you know. But unfortunately, you know, the CocoBod cocoa discussion there, cause no, the actual fact, you know, has been packaged and the actual baby.
And I yes your opinion.
And a yes your opinion. And opinion, no, and your honest opinion. And you're misguided, laced with malice and a partisan, you know, interest. And for me, and no, I can't be a magana bedru be a babedri, because that is who we are. Obi catch them and they said rather was a debate. My catcher said I don't follow anything going on in Parliament because I don't see the House as a serious place. Oh yes,
Parliament.
Oh, I don't follow. Obi catch them and say no more debate be about incident na see Burkina Faso no.
That's right.
Yes, Obi sorry you say and I'm buying so na your friend is saying I didn't see. Now one fa Sanko defense minister and Burkina for no attack Ghana for. So Alaska, that is the parliament of this country. So when such a serious conversation is reduced to this level, then you just say you won't get any seriousness out of the place. And for me, that's my frustration. And this CocoBod discussion, as if for my cousin, is the same thing. Alaska, to begin with, if there is anybody to blame, I catch or say CocoBod Nandes will blame no.
CocoBod.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Alaska, yeah, but when this whole change of government happened, I made it quite clear. Said, don't go to an office and sit on the rot. You don't move into any office. Na okwana nipa na jane na yaguwa na wode ade white akata so na wote so.
That's right.
We ain't some of the team call so mamma know what so Jim made us and so body in the Nubi Edomania. You bet sign a share.